Daly. Dalekie zagranie, pole karne. Naismith. Daly. Pierwsza minuta meczu. Szkoci starają się przesunąć grę pod pole karne Belgów. Deflondre. I już za linii bocznej boiska Gerd Verkeyen. Oto właśnie Eric Deflondre, kolega klubowy Jacka Bąka z Olympiku Lyon i Robert Veserz, opiekun narodowej reprezentacji Belgii. 17 minuta spotkania, wciąż bez bramek na stadionie w Brukseli. W ostatniej serii spotkań Belgowie jadą na spotkanie z Chorwacją, natomiast Szkocja gra u siebie z Łotwą. I tutaj, jeśli jeszcze oczywiście o czymkolwiek marzyli Szkoci, to nie mogli nie tylko tego spotkania przegrać, ale musieli wygrać, bowiem i Belgowie, i Chorwaci mają lepszy bilans bramkowy niż podopieczni Craiga Brown. Craig Brown ostro skrytykowany przez szkockie media po tym zremisowanym spotkaniu z Chorwacją. Także, co ciekawe, skrytykowany Craig Brown przez byłych wielu piłkarzy narodowej reprezentacji Szkocji. A tutaj pierwsza okazja reprezentacji Belgii w tym meczu. Mark Wilmot powraca do wysokiej formy. Gracz Schalke 04 po przygodzie z Girondin Bordeaux powraca do Bundesligi. Będzie walczył teraz o środek pola z Andreasem Mellerem. Popatrzmy na pierwszą okazję. Jeszcze piłka odbita od Sonka. Mija jednak bramkę Sullivana. Craig Brown. Rzut wolny dla Belgii. 20 minuta spotkania. Lewą nogą dośrodkowywał Johan Wallem. Sęk nad bramką. 23 lata ma ten piłkarz. Niewątpliwie to jeszcze nie jest ta klasa co Emile Lokonda-Mpenza, ale niewątpliwie piłkarz bardzo utalentowany, umiejący znaleźć się pod bramką rywala, tak jak w tej sytuacji, kiedy to z 5 metrów nie trafił do bramki Sullivana. Inna sprawa, że był dosyć ostro zaatakowany przez bramkarza reprezentacji Szkocji. Robert Veserz czeka na pierwszą bramkę swojej reprezentacji. 27 minuta meczu. Od bramki Sullivan. Jest Deflondre. Nie dał rady Naismith. Deflondre do środka. Van der Ache. Verheyen. Out dla Szkotów. Nazywany mistrzem asyst na boiskach Belgii. Gerd Verheyen. Piłkarz oczywiście Brugge. A na państwa ekranach Erik van Meer. Był Wilmot. Jest Deflondre. Sęk. Patrzy, jak ustawieni partnerzy. Niedokładne zagranie do Wallema i Szkoci. Doświadczony 36-letni Tom Boyd, piłkarz Celticu Glasgow. Boyd do środka. Tutaj dobrze De Beek. Środek pola Johan Wallem. Sęk. Wychodzi pięknie Van Kerkhoven. Van Kerkhoven, pole karne i jest 1-0. 28 minuta. Świetnie włączył się do akcji ofensywnej kolega klubowy Tomaszów Wałdocha i Hajty z FC Schalke 04. Ich partner z tego trzyosobowego bloku defensywnego, skonfundowany Sullivan, a 50 000 widzów na stadionie w Brukseli świętuje zdobycie pierwszej bramki przez reprezentację Belgii. 29 minuta, znakomite zagranie tutaj Wallema do Sęka. Ten również prostopadle zagrywa zewnętrzną częścią stopy, wypatrując biegającego Nico Van Kerkhovena i jest 1-0 po bramce zdobytej przez piłkarza FC Schalke 04. Brakuje uśmiechu jeszcze na twarzy sympatyków Czerwonych Diabłów. Fragmenty drugiej części meczu. 57 minuta gry. Mark Wilmot doskonale czuje się w roli dyrygenta, kapitana narodowej reprezentacji. Znakomicie zastawił piłkę i rywala. Van Kerkhoven, rusza Wilmot. 20 metrów do bramki rywala. Wilmot, wciąż Wilmot. Sęk sprytnie przepuścił piłkę. Verheyen nad bramką. Bardzo ładna kombinacja, bardzo ładna akcja podopiecznych Roberta Veserza. Bije brawo Mark Wilmot. Domaga się jeszcze aktywniejszej postawy publiczności na stadionie w Brukseli. Popatrzmy. Wilmot. Sęk świetnie przepuścił piłkę. Verheyen zrobił wszystko jak trzeba, z wyjątkiem precyzji strzału w kierunku bramki Sullivana. Z rzadka kontratakują Szkoci. Piłka w środku pola. Nie dał rady Barley. 30-letni pomocnik drużyny szkockiej. Tutaj bardzo ambitna, ofiarna postawa Barta Hora, piłkarza berlińskiej Herth. W Państwa ekranach Daily, a przed chwilą okazja Mata Elliotta. Spójrzmy, Burley i Elliott. Dobre 13 metrów do bramki De Fligera, bramkarza Willem Tveit Tilburg, ale strzał mimo wszystko nad poprzeczką. Teraz De Flandre. 71 minuta. Niepewnie obrońcy reprezentacji Szkocji. Piłka jeszcze odbita od chorągiewki. Out dla Belgii. Sęk. De Flandre. De Flandre, kapitalny dribbling. Ładny zwód. De Flandre, Verheyen. I słupek ratuje Sullivana. Świetna teraz indywidualna akcja prawego obrońcy Olympiku Lyon i reprezentacji Belgii. Dokładne dośrodkowanie na głowę Gerta Verheyena i słupek ratujący Sullivana. Jeszcze nie koniec. Jeszcze Bart Hor do środka. Zagranie ręką. Wyraźne. Nie przerywa jednak gry Mehuto González. Ruszają Szkoci. Paul Lambert. Lambert wraca Walem. Van der Ache. A to Scott Booth. Piłkarz występujący w Pentenschede. Piłkarz, którego będziemy mieli okazję oglądać przy konduktorskiej w meczu pierwszej rundy Pucharu UEFA pomiędzy Polonią a właśnie Pentenschede. Tutaj ewidentnie faulowany przez Walema. Słuszna decyzja Mehuto Gonzáleza, że żółtą kartką ukarany Johan Walem. Rzut wolny dla Szkotów. W zasadzie podopieczni Craiga Browna groźni tylko przy stałych fragmentach gry. Lambert, ładna piłka w pole karne. Strzał jednak mało precyzyjny. Mało aktywny Doc, mało aktywny Hutchison. A my spójrzmy raz jeszcze. De Flandre, Verheyen i słupek ratujący Sullivana. Bardzo prosty zwód, a jakże skuteczny tutaj zaprezentowany przez Erika de Flandre. I o sporym pechu może mówić skrzydłowy Brugge. Jeszcze rusza Naismith, wraca za nim Sęk. Naismith faulowany. Niezwykle aktywny, wybiegany 23-letni napastnik Racingu Genk. Przecież nominalny napastnik, a tutaj widzimy go bardzo często pod własnym polem karnym. Wraca, aby nie dopuścić do sytuacji strzeleckiej, do niebezpieczeństwa pod bramką Gerta De Fligera. Jest Burley, zostawił mu piłkę Lambert. 74 minuta spotkania w akcji i przed szansą Szkoci. Uspokaja temperamenty obydwu zespołów Mehuto González. Burley, jest De Beek, De Fliger skutecznie. Dobrze Glenn De Beek. Próbowali odciąć od piłki De Fligera Szkoci, ale dobrze spisał się w tej walce z Dotsem bramkarz reprezentacji Belgii. 4 minuty do końca. De Flandre, jest Verheyen. Verheyen, ponownie De Flandre, w środku Van der Ache, Wilmots, Van der Ache, Van der Ache, prostopadle, Verheyen, Verheyen, jeszcze nie koniec. Jest na murawie także Peters, Walem do Petersa, Peters na lewo do Walema, Johan Walem, atakowany przez Daly'ego. Gramy dalej. Scott Booth, Lambert, Doc, Lambert traci piłkę na rzecz Verheyena. Teraz okazja Belgów. Trójką atakują bramkę rywala. Peters nadbiega także lewym skrzydłem Johan Walem. Patrzy, jak ustawili się partnerzy. Walem przed pole karne. Jest Wilmots, pole karne. Wilmots sprytnie i zaasekurowany Neil Sullivan przez jednego z partnerów. To zdaje się Elliott w tej sytuacji pomógł Sullivanowi zatrzymać ten strzał Marka Wilmotsa. Raz jeszcze Walem, Wilmots, Tutaj zaczarował Daly'ego i Elliot asekurujący Nila Sullivan. Ostatnie sekundy meczu. 93 minuta. Jeszcze szukają rozpaczliwie wyrównującej bramki Szkoci. Lambert. Miękka wrzutka w pole karne. Wybijają piłkę Belgowie. Jest Wilmots. Efektownie przytrzymuje piłkę gracz Schalke. Obok niego Mateo. Wilmots ładnie do Verheyen. Ten patrzy jak ustawieni partnerzy. Verheyen w tempo do Barta Hora. Bart Hor 2-0. I po meczu, i po sprawie Belgowie będą liderować w dalszym ciągu w grupie szóstej eliminacji piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata. 29 minuta Nico van Kerkhoven. 93 Bart Hor. Belgia, Szkocja 2-0. W tym momencie już nie było żadnych wątpliwości, że to właśnie oglądany De Vlieger i jego partnerzy wyjdą z tej konfrontacji zwycięsko. Jakiż spokój, jakież opanowanie wykorzystuje swoje doświadczenie Wilmots. Zagranie do Verheyena, ten spokojnie podniósł głowę, popatrzył jak wybiegają partnerzy. Zagrał idealnie w tempo do Barta Hora. Strzał w kierunku dalszego słupka bramki Nila Sullivana. 2-0. I jeszcze Szkoci. 95 minuta spotkania. Znów uspokaja Mechuto González. Strzał nad bramką De Vliegera w wykonaniu Scotta Buta i wszystko staje się jasne. Ostatni gwizdek sędziego z Hiszpanii. De Vlieger uściskał Erika de Flandre. Robert Veserz może już przygotować się do pierwszych pomeczowych wywiadów. Belgia po bramkach Nico van Kerkhovena i Barta Hora zwycięża Szkocję 2-0. Belgia jest liderem grupy szóstej i musi oczywiście walczyć o remis w ostatnim spotkaniu z Chorwacją. Jeśli Belgowie przegrają, to Chorwaci bezpośrednio awansują z pierwszego miejsca do finału piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata, natomiast Belgowie będą musieli grać w spotkaniach barażowych. Oto wynik. Proszę Państwa, przed nami grupa siódma, to w zasadzie wszystko było jasne, wszystko było rozstrzygnięte. Hiszpania miała przed tą serią spotkań 17 punktów na koncie zdobytych w 7 meczach i przyjechała tutaj tylko przypieczętować swój awans do finału piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata. Przeciwnik słabiutki, reprezentacja Liechtensteinu. Oto pierwsza okazja reprezentacji Hiszpanii w tym spotkaniu. Przed szansą stanął Fernando Morientes, ale nie potrafił pokonać Petera Jechle. Liechtenstein w składzie Jechle, Ospelt, Stoklesa, Gerster, Zech, Stoklasa, Stelzer, Rony Bichel, Thomas Beck, Matthias Beck oraz Frédéric Gijon. Natomiast Hiszpanii w zestawieniu Casillas, Puyol, Aranzabal, Albelda, Teles, Hierro, Raúl, Luis Enrique, Morientes, Mendieta i Echeverría. Pierwszy gol tego meczu dośrodkowywał Gaisca Mendieta, bramkę zdobywa Raúl González, to czwarta bramka w eliminacjach piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata zdobyta przez napastnika Realu Madryt. To była dokładnie 18 minuta meczu i Hiszpanie prowadzili 1-0. W 39 minucie zaatakowali piłkarze Liechtensteinu. Wychodzi Joseba Echeverría. Zatrzymany jednak gracz Athletic Bilbao jest Thomas Beck. Beck efektownie w pole karne. Dobra interwencja Ikera Casillasa. Naprawdę ładna indywidualna akcja piłkarza FC Vaduz. Dwóch graczy występujących w lidze szwajcarskiej, w zasadzie trzech w drużynie Liechtensteinu. Bramkarz Jechle, Rony Bichel z Young Boys Brno. Jechle reprezentuje barwy Grasshoppersu Zurych i Frédéric Gijon występujący w drużynie Lozanny. To fragmenty drugiej części spotkania. Ruszył Miguel Ángel Nadal, jest Luis Enrique. Jeszcze nie koniec. Luis Enrique, pole karne i dobra interwencja bramkarza Petera Jechle, a później jeszcze zasekurowany przez partnerów z defensywy. Liechtenstein w tych eliminacjach nie wywalczył jeszcze punktu, ba, nie strzelił bramki, a stracił tych goli aż 16. No i trudno było sobie wyobrażać, aby w meczu z tak utytułowanym rywalem, który zwłaszcza znakomicie gra w eliminacjach, będą w stanie to zrobić piłkarze Liechtensteinu. Tu kolejna okazja drużyny hiszpańskiej. Przed szansą stanął José Ignacio, gracz Realu Zaragoza, debiutujący w narodowej reprezentacji, ale tym razem nie trafił do bramki Petera Jechle. I 82 minuta spotkania. Znów Hiszpanie w akcji. Jest Diego Tristan, który pojawił się na murawie w drugiej połowie. Gaisca Mendieta, ewidentnie faulowany przez Franza Burgmayera, piłkarza FC Vaduz, i kolejny rzut wolny dla drużyny hiszpańskiej. W 18 minucie asysta Mendiety, bramka Raula Gonzalesa. I teraz znów stały fragment gry dla Hiszpanów. Przy piłce znów Gaisca Mendieta. Mamy tymczasem zmianę. Marco Büchel za Ronego Büchela. Uwaga, Mendieta. Miguel Angel Nadal i jest 0-2. Świetnie uderzył głową piłkarz Realu Majorka. Miguel Angel Nadal, przez wiele lat piłkarz Barcelony. 0-2 w 82 minucie tego spotkania. 35 lat ma ten obrońca, a proszę, w kraju o tak wielkim piłkarskim potencjale, o tylu znakomitych, gdzie jest tylu znakomitych piłkarzy, potrafi złapać się w reprezentacji Miguel Angel Nadal. 2-0 w 82 minucie i oczywiście przepieczętowany awans Hiszpanii do finału Mistrzostw Świata. Jeszcze Diego Tristan. Raz jeszcze w akcji gracz Realu Majorka. Gaisca Mendieta. Wybija piłkę Büchel. Mendieta. Świetne zagranie w pole karne, ale nie zdążył skończyć tej akcji strzałem Diego Tristan. Tutaj przewaga reprezentacji Hiszpanii nie podlegała ani przez moment dyskusji. Świetne zagranie Mendiety. Ostatni gwizdek bułgarskiego arbitra Iwana Dobrinowa. Liechtenstein przegrywa kolejny mecz w eliminacjach. Hiszpania zwycięża 2-0 i oczywiście zagra w przyszłorocznych finałach piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata na boiskach Japonii i Korei. Liechtenstein jeszcze bez punktu i bez zdobytej bramki w tych eliminacjach. I proszę Państwa, kolejny mecz arcyważny w grupie 7 rozegrany na stadionie w Wiedniu. Austria w obecności 24 000 podejmowała drużynę Bośni. Oto pierwszy gol w tym spotkaniu. 38 minuta. Andreas Herzog, doświadczony piłkarz Werderu Brema, strzałem z 19 metrów zaskoczył Tomisława Piplicze, bramkarza Energii Cottbus, i było 1-0. Później zacięte spotkanie. Wreszcie w ostatnich minutach Weissenberger do Basticia. Znów Weissenberger. Herzog. 17 metr. Pozwolili mu na oddanie strzału Bośniacy. Nie zdążył z interwencją Tomisław Piplicza i gracz Bundesligi, piłkarz Werderu Brema, pokonał bramkarza Bundesligi, bramkarza Energii Cottbus Piplicze. Herzog Piplicza 2-0. W takim też stosunku Austria zwycięża Bośnię i zdaje się, to Austriacy zagrają w barażach eliminacji piłkarskich Mistrzostw Świata. Hiszpania już awansowała, 20 punktów zdobytych w 8 meczach przez podopiecznych José Antonio Camacho. A przed nami, proszę Państwa, mecz w ramach grupy 8. Stadion w Budapeszcie, Węgry kontra Rumunia i pierwsza okazja Węgrów. Był Ilie, był tam również Nicolae. Gabor Kirali ma sporo pretensji co do swoich partnerów. Tutaj Filipescu bardzo bliski zdobycia bramki dla reprezentacji Rumunii, a my spójrzmy, co zdarzyło się w 11 minucie. Fantastycznie uderzył gracz Walencji Adrian Ilie. Taką też kiedyś bramkę strzelił Ilie Jerzemu Dudkowi w meczu Rumunia-Polska, tym zremisowanym przez reprezentację Jerzego Engela w Bukareszcie, kiedy to debiutował Emanuel Olisadebe, kiedy to Olisadebe strzelił swoją pierwszą bramkę dla narodowej reprezentacji. Tutaj w podobnym stylu Adrian Ilie świetnie, precyzyjnie, technicznie Rumuni prowadzili 1-0. W ostatniej serii spotkań Rumunia gra z Gruzją, a Włosi u siebie właśnie z Węgrami. To bramka numer 2 dla reprezentacji Rumunii. 26 minuta. Mariusz Nicolae. I w zasadzie rozstrzygnięte losy tego spotkania. Zadowolony bramkarz reprezentacji Rumunii Bogdan Lobon. Rumunia w tym meczu z Popescu w składzie Kiwu, Filipescu kontrą Munteanu, Nicolae, Mutu i Ilie. Zasłużone zwycięstwo reprezentacji gości, którzy jeszcze teoretycznie mają szansę nawet na
Team Latvia taking the lead in the 21st minute. Andres Rubins scoring early on. The Scotland equaliser came from Dougie Freedman on his debut. Just a minute to go at the end of the first half when that one went in. Now Scotland took the lead in the 52nd minute. David Weir's header from close range, his first for his country.
Realistically, they couldn't qualify for the finals. Craig Brown possibly in charge for the last time. Scotland needed to score 7 goals and then hope that Belgium would beat Croatia by 1 goal. But it was Latvia who struck first. Rubins with the goal. 19 minutes gone and Andres Rubins had put the visitors in front. Great determination from Vakapozis. Scotland were level just before the break. Header in by Freedman on the line. Dougie Freedman, the Crystal Palace striker, marking his international debut with a goal. Cameron's corner. You can see how close Freedman was to the line. Deflected in, but the Scottish number 9 will claim that, no doubt about it. And early in the second half, Scotland scored a second. Burley curling it in, and a free header for David Weir. The Everton man putting Scotland in front, but really they all knew it was too little, too late. And after the match, Craig Brown resigned as national coach.
Wywalczyliśmy tutaj piłkę w środkowej strefie boiska. Trochę, trzeba powiedzieć, było przypadków w tym, no bo tutaj podanie, ale dobre przejęcie piłki, pociągnięcie Marka Koźmińskiego. I to, czego myślę oczekuje trener Engel od zawodników, żeby Emanuel Olisadebe nie dostawał zbyt często tej piłki do nogi, a właśnie za plecy obrońców, bo on jest po prostu, widzimy tutaj, oczywiście rozpędzony, jest najgroźniejszy. Tutaj trochę brak zdecydowania obrońcy Ukrainy, ale...
Swoją drogą ciekawy, czy Jerzy Dudek nie był faulowany przy tej akcji.
Szczerze powiem, że oglądając na żywo spotkanie i później tak szybko te powtórki, wydawało mi się, że tutaj nie było faulu, ale na spokojnie nagrywałem to spotkanie, żeby później móc właśnie analizować. Jurek Dudek był faulowany przy tej sytuacji. Widzimy tutaj rękę zawodnika Ukrainy, która wybija, uderza go w jego prawą rękę. Stąd też była cała sytuacja. Nasi zawodnicy w tym momencie patrzyli się.
Just 1 point. The Swiss can still cause a bit of an upset here. They're still in with a chance of making a playoff spot. They do need to win here, though. Oh, meticulous preparation, to say the least. This is Yakin Komisetti. And a punch, pretty conclusive as well from Nigmatulin. Took over from Filiminov for the last couple of matches. Filiminov suffering from something of a lack of form. Now given away to Yakin, 30 yards out. Yakin looks up. And it's going to be a free kick. Well, they remember, many of this Russian side, the infamous game back in October 1999 when Alexander Filiminov fumbled in a Shevchenko free kick over his own line to hand Ukraine a point and deny the Russians a playoff place for Euro 2000. They are determined that there will be no repeat in this match. David Sisa standing over the ball, does it week in and week out in Serie A. Sisa from this distance, he's very dangerous and very capably bends it right over the top. And a good stop from Nigmatulin as well. Touchdown by Murat Ismailov, the new golden boy of Russian football, only 19 years of age. And this is Gusev. Beschatnik in the middle on the near post. Titov is coming in at the back post. And the cross comes across. Jörg Steele doesn't make a good job. And the follow-up shot from Ismailov. You may remember him from the recent game against Ipswich Town in the UEFA Cup. Just 19 years of age. 2 caps. 6 goals in 24 this season, may get another one here, and a slip there, and Gusev goes down, and the referee has given a penalty. An incredible decision by the referee there. And it seemed, even on the first look, that there was not any contact at all. Here it comes again. Did Gusev go down under anything like a challenge from Komisetti? He didn't. It's going to be Bezchasnik to make it 1-0, and he does. That's a good strike from Bezchasnik. What a return to form. 7 goals in 8 games this season for Vladimir Bezchasnik, playing some of the football, the best football of recent years. He struggled incredibly with Racing Santander in the past couple of years. Couldn't get in the side. Muditis, amongst others, keeping him out. Now, forward come the Russians once again. Titov is in the centre. 10 is Ismailov. And there too is Bezchasnik again. It's 2-0, 2 inside 4 minutes. And his 6th goal of this World Cup campaign. He was told by Oleg Romantsev, the coach of Spartak Moscow, that he had to come back to Russia, had to be playing first-team football if he wanted anything to do with Russia's World Cup plans. And he's back, and he's playing, as we said, some incredibly good football now. A chance coming through the middle here. Foul there by Smertin. Play on, says the referee. Nothing given this time. Worth seeing again, that. Well, Bezchasnik is worth going back to look at his record over the past couple of years. Only 1 goal in the previous 2 seasons. This is the incident from a couple of seconds ago. It was Smertin and the challenge on Zalviga. There's Sisa. Komisetti has found some space. Here he is. Yakin is the only one forward at the moment, the only player to aim at. Komisetti does really well to get that across. And it's not been dealt with remotely adequately. This is Sisa setting up Patrick Muller. Muller trying to make space for a shot, Muller. And Muller's shot, in the end, taking a deflection or two, which took some of the power out of it, but they would be pleased with the fact he was allowed to run to the edge of the area and in. Bezchasnik looking up to see where Titov is. Ismailov is in the centre as well. Chance for a strike on the edge of the penalty area from Titov. Titov looks to go and pick up the return again. Alenichev, and he finds Titov, and Bezchasnik is in the middle, and there he is! And there is a hat-trick for Vladimir Bezchasnik. 3-0, 38 minutes gone. Goal number 7. Lobanovsky will be hoping that he can reproduce this form. He's lining up in the Champions League for those postponed games from September the 10th and 11th in the latter part of this week on Wednesday, when they will be taking on Sparta Prague. And at half-time, it's 3-0. Well, the Swiss have been beset by internal problems over the past couple of years. Stefan Anjou is another who's still boycotting the side. And since Turkey Yilmaz has been out, there's been something of a shortage of goals. This is Dmitry Alenichev through the middle. He's found Bezchasnik again. And that was a good challenge. This time just a little slow. Alenichev, another at this side that isn't seeing first-team football week in, week out. As Victor Onopka, one of the veterans from 1994, and through the middle, and a free kick as Bezchasnik goes down again. Yellow card, Giuseppe Mazzarelli. And the Bari defender was caught. Alenichev is there, Titov goes it over the top, and Titov makes it 4-0. Brilliantly taken free kick by Igor Titov. Russia's player of the year last year, yet really to build upon those performances, and has drawn some criticism in the season that the Russians are in the middle of. Caesar is in the penalty area, Comisetti is there, Yakin is in there as well. It stays in play. It's a decent ball across, and Nigmatulin again with a punch. Again, it's inconclusive, and again, he's lucky he's not punished in the end. Well, this is the Russian problem. Their defense on 2 occasions in the last 5 minutes has been penetrated with relative ease by not what you would call particularly skillful forward play. Right on the edge of the penalty area again, it's another free kick, and again Titov has come running for the ball. 11 is Bischasnik, 9 there is Igor Titov. It's going to be Titov or Alenichev is behind him. Titov looks as though he's stepping out to take it. Titov it is, bends it through. Good save by Steele. That was a very good save. He could only have seen that late. The wall was right in front of him. It was low. And the whistle is about to go any second, and Russia return to football's premier competition. They took absolutely no chances this time. They've suffered with poor performances in qualifiers over the past 6 years. Not tonight. Facing the Faroes, Asimovic was out injured, as was Latko Zajovic. All that was needed there here was a victory, and they took their time in getting it. Ostec, good play from him. The temptation was there to go for glory, but he played it back across the face of the 6-yard area. Nasir Che making it 1-0. Well, after the heroics of the Euro 2000 campaign, the Slovenian fans were almost expecting to qualify. By right, they found it difficult in the World Cup qualifiers. Second goal, scored 8 minutes later. Same man, same outcome. And 2-0 at the end of a pretty one-sided first half. The only side, Slovenia, in this group, Group 1, who remained unbeaten coming into this final match. What looked as if it may cost them on the final night was the number of draws. 5 in all, 4 victories, 5 draws. Yaj turns and a good finish. Kadanec, though, wasn't pleased with his side's performance in the second half, thinking that they were quite capable of making it a lot more comfortable for themselves. And the final score, 3-0, and Slovenia go into the playoffs. Well, the Yugoslavs were praying for something of a miracle, which, as we know, wasn't to happen. The crowds, though, did turn up to watch, and they enjoyed a pretty entertaining match. It didn't all go the home side's way, although they did take the lead after 19 minutes. This cross coming in from Dejan Stankovic, and the goal from Slavica Jukanovic. Polite applause rather than roaring approval on the terraces. Hint perhaps of offside. Now, 38 minutes, an equalising goal of, well, bit of a mistake. Afterwards, he said he was going for a shot, and that was Rene Peters. More embarrassment heaped upon the Yugoslavs, who suffered enough, so it seems, in this campaign, although they too have only lost on 1 occasion, which is the same number of defeats that the Russians have got, and they've scored more goals than anybody before the start of play today. Now, 52nd minute, just as it looked as if Yugoslavia were gearing up for a second half assault, it was Christoph Marcel who silenced still further an already pretty quiet crowd. 2-1 to Luxembourg, who'd only scored 2 goals in the entire qualifying round and hadn't got a point. Well, what was to follow was an incredible 14 minutes when there were 5 goals for the Yugoslavs. 61 minutes. Predrag Mijatovic looks as if he's about to get a chance with Fiorentina after the injury to Enrico Chiesa. At last, he's played very little football over the past couple of seasons since leaving Real Madrid. 2 minutes later, it was Matija Kezman, another one who's come under a lot of criticism for his performances for his country. And indeed, his club this season with PSV Eindhoven struggling in Eredivisie. But from this distance, he's pretty much very dangerous indeed. 2 minutes after that goal, we got another, and from another player who has been, over the past few years, prolific in international fixture, perhaps more so than he's been for his club side, especially at the moment, Savo Milosevic. And there was still more to come. 5 minutes after that one went in, it was big Savo on hand again to do what he does best, tap in from 5 yards. And making it up for his 6th goal in the competition, Savo Milosevic. 72 minutes, another one for Matija Kezman. Quick reactions, cool finish, and a final score of 6 goals to 2. Last words, Zoran Mirkovic, who blamed Yugoslavia's failures on the press, saying that the journalists had really painted a rather false picture of the national side. Estonia's showing in the campaign has improved significantly over previous, and despite the fact they've lost 5 times, they've also won twice, drawn twice, and scored 10 goals. And both coaches have injury problems. Oliveira's side will be without the interwinger Sergio Conceição. He suffered a reoccurrence of a thigh injury in training. Also at Sapinto, who's torn his ligaments. Now, there's good and bad news for Estonia's coach. The bad is they're without their most influential player. The keeper, Mark Poom Kama, is in to replace him. Poom is out with a rib injury. The good news is up front, their second most influential player is back. Andre Opper is fit to return here. Portugal will be made to work very hard for any reward. Estonia have been far from pushovers. They may well have conceded 21 goals, but as we said, they've scored 10, they've won twice, and they've drawn twice. 4th place at the start of play tonight for them. Portugal, then, their destiny is in their own hands here. Qualification has never been easy for the Portuguese in World Cups. Didn't qualify for the first 6 finals they entered, and have only made it to 2 finals, 66 and 86. 3rd place in 66, and not so good in 1986. As touch there for George Costa. Rui Costa with his right wrist still bandaged. It was a foul on Armando Petit, one of the contingent of Boa Vista players in this side. 4 is Nuno Freixao. He's had a lot of disciplinary problems, Freixao, this season. Figo's touch. Now Figo's back again. Luis Figo. And Luis Figo will be really disappointed. He would, from that distance, at least have expected the goalkeeper to work. Well, Pinto, Costa and Figo in the midfield. It is a truly attacking lineup that has been sent out here by Oliveira. But it's something that is almost demanded from very particular fans around here. The challenge from Umas Ruba. And down goes Figo yet again. Figo is standing over the ball. Capucho has gone in there. Costa is in there as well. Forward is Fernando Couto. Sent across. There is Pinto. And Pinto, after 29 minutes, opens the scoring. It may have taken a little longer than at first they anticipated here. But they haven't lost their coolness, their shape, or composure, Portugal. And they have their just reward. They've done well enough to keep them out for half an hour. The smallest of man with the biggest of jumps. As Couto, it's a terrible ball by Fernando Couto, really lazy ball that was. Now this is Oppa through on his own. Oppa, can he finish here? Pereira's across, so too there was Couto again. It's Reim at the back post, he's going to come in and shoot here, and he should have done better. Two really good chances, Zielinski and Reim was there. And Portugal a real let-off. Went to sleep, as they did, you may remember, in the home fixture against Cyprus a couple of months ago. It was almost the same position. On that time it was Constantinu who came through and did score. This time, just look how many defenders got back quickly, but it was an awful ball from Couto. Just the one goal at half-time, and Simão has come on in the second half to replace João Pinto, an aggravated ankle injury from Pinto. As Rui Costa has been quiet in this game. Costa through now, finds Gomez. Nuno Gomez! Right off of the line by Piroga, and it's not clear yet. And they get away with it. Nuno Gomez started again today on the bench. Couto, little touch there by Costa. Simão. Round one. Simão, great ball in. Nuno Gomez again. Sixth goal of the campaign for the man who invariably starts on the bench and regularly comes off it to dig them out of a hole. 2-0. And Piroga is injured. Well, he can't get a starting berth up until the beginning of this season with his Italian league club at Fiorentina, but he is now the lead striker. He's having a good season so far. Here's Luis Figo. It's a good season every season. Luis Figo, that's a great ball in. Pauletta was there, and so too was Nuno Gomez, and in the end it's just hustled clear. Umar Ruba, and it's a free kick. Simão is being fouled. Forward comes Couto, one of the most dangerous defenders from set plays like this. So often stands right at the back. There he is, the number 5. Gomez is in there. Pauletta's come there as well. It's going to be behind for a corner. Five goals for Luis Figo in the World Cup qualifiers so far. Gomez is in there, Couto is there. Pauletta has come toward the near post. Pauletta's there, Pauletta's header! And it's 3-0, just short of the hour. Well, you could see Pauletta escape his marker, Umar Ruba. And nobody went with him, and so it was a clear run toward the near post, and there was only one outcome from there. There's Costa again. Figo's asking for it. Gomez is through the centre. Figo's there again. This is Nuno Gomez. And the keeper does well. This side from Estonia made up of 10 players from Flora Tallinn. Only Andre Oppa from Aalborg. There's Oliveira. This is Costa. Everybody lets it fall. Well, that's a brilliant ball there from Figo. And who's there but Nuno Gomez again. And his 7th goal of the campaign, and he's right up there again with the leading scorers in the UEFA qualifying region. Only Andrei Shevchenko began the evening with any more goals than he. Paulo Sousa, another name from the past. That was Cristal losing it on the edge of the halfway line. Now Sousa again, plenty of space on either side. Simão has gone wide. Gomez is going through the middle. Costa might pick it up again. This is Figo. Simão on the overlap. Two waiting in the centre, Costa and Paoletta. That's great play by Simao, cuts it back. Figo looks up, keeper's off his line. Figo! What a finish from Luis Figo. There are few players in the world that can produce a piece of artistry like that on cue. When it matters, he is one of them. And Luis Figo wraps it all up with 6 minutes to go. It's 5-0 here. And any doubt long since dissipated that Portugal will be taking part in the World Cup finals. The Dutch may not be there, but the Portuguese are.
It's Bulgaria and a tense night in prospect here. It looks like Denmark are going to win the group, barring some real surprise against Iceland. So for Jovanac's team, then we've got an interesting situation. The Czech Republic are favourite because it is at home. They've got most of their stars here. The players to look out for: number 4, Pavel Nedved, and Lokvenk as well, particularly up front, number 10, Tomas Rosicki as well. But they're going to rely heavily on Nedved and Novotny. Bulgaria, there's a few problems for them, but it's not their full-strength side. But nevertheless, in number 10, Krasimir Balakov, they've got a player who can turn the game their way. Not quite a sellout, but a big crowd nevertheless. And the Czech Republic will be hoping that they can turn their good home form into a vital win here. Narrow win against Malta, 3-2 in the last game. And significantly a 1-goal win in Bulgaria when the two sides met in the first qualification match. So the Czech Republic then in the red shirts and the white shorts. European Championship finalists back in 1996, only 5 years ago, when they beat France in the semi-final and then lost so agonisingly to an Oliver Bierhoff goal in the golden goal scenario of extra time at Wembley against Germany. 9 for the Czechs is Lokvenk. He's very fast and he's very dangerous. Good brisk early start to proceedings here. Rosicki's on the edge of the penalty area. And it may well come to him now. It does it, a second chance. The Czechs lead, and it's Rosicki. Well, Nedved took a quick throw there. And Borussia Dortmund's Thomas Rosicki, who was calling for it right-footed, and beats Zdravkov to give the Czech Republic the lead after 5 minutes. Rosicki again. That's a free kick. And when you've got someone like Pavel Nedved in your side, that's a dangerous situation. It was Jančev who gave it away. And it was an unnecessary foul. Rosicki fouled, 4 is Nedved, and Nedved takes it and scores! 2-0 to the Czech Republic, and things are looking good for them. It's Belgium, Croatia, or possibly Scotland that they'll play if they win, and assuming Denmark beat Iceland. Nedved struck this superbly, and if you want to place a perfect free kick, take a look at this from Nedved. Couldn't have been better. Well, there were other options there. Jankulovski could have taken it, but Nedved's the master at those. And that is perfect. Inch perfect. So Bulgaria haven't really had anything to offer so far, but these are vital few minutes for them. You feel if they are going to have any chance of getting back into the game, they've got to score quickly. Well, down goes Petrov. Challenge from Romantic. So, a free kick now for Bulgaria. such a heroic appearance in the World Cup finals in America 7 years ago. Just the qualification to get there was amazing when they beat France with a late goal in a November night that still is talked about among European football aficionados as we have a substitution for Bulgaria. And Berbatov replaces Yanchev. 28 minutes gone, and Bulgaria's World Cup hopes are very thin at the moment. This is Barros. Oh, still Barros. Milan Barros! What a goal! Well, that's as good as it gets. Barros on his own and scores a fabulous solo goal for the Czech Republic, who are surely now on their way to at least the playoffs. Well, football has been exhilarating in patches from this Czech side, and on the basis of this, you'll wonder how they've not qualified automatically outright, because Bulgaria are certainly not one of the minnows of the game. Rosicki! Well, that was nearly his second. Well, Tomas Rosicki, he had the space here. Now, did this take a deflection, or was it just an awkward bounce? It was the bounce that deceived Zaradov. Opportunity now, they're looking for a fourth. The game's pretty safe as it is. Lokvenk, worth an effort. He might get another chance. I think that last period of play just summed up what's been a very disappointing 45 minutes for Bulgaria, and any hope that they had of reaching the playoffs appears to have gone. 6 minutes gone in the second half, and Nedved's been so instrumental in this side. Another little touch forward. They're really playing well at the moment. Good effort, just wide again. But look at the space that Milan Barros had. Don't think that Nedved was thinking of anyone else. And when you've got such a range as he has, he struck it fairly well, fairly sweetly, but it was a couple of yards wide. Game, Bulgaria finding that they're giving the ball away. There's no foul again. And Poborski. Still Poborski. What sort of cross could he provide? It's a great one! Because Lokvenk has scored. Well, Karol Poborski, who was so influential in that European Championship side 5 years ago, was influential there as well. It's all the Czech Republic at the moment. Nedved. Good play. Still Vladimir Smisa. Fine strike, just wide, pushed wide. Well, worth the effort. And it was Hasek's shot. He struck that one really well. And all credit this time to Zradkov. That's not the best clearance. Neither's that. And, oh, what a strike! Rosicki. 5-0. It's a second for the Dortmund striker. He just hit some hope, I think, there. And it went in off the post. Well, quality strike. And the Czechs are flying. Again, Bulgaria caught square. Rosicki. Smisa. Here's Pavel Nedved. That is the way to finish things off. A second for Nedved, a sixth, amazingly, for the Czech Republic. And that's their 20th goal in qualification. They've conceded 8. They've 20 points. And they're almost certain now to be second, because things aren't going their way in Copenhagen. But it's a fabulous performance to end qualification. And the Czech Republic, whether it's Belgium or Croatia or even possibly Scotland they play, will be firm favourites to go through to Korea and Japan. Denmark against Iceland, and a big to their third World Cup finals. 12 minutes gone and they made what was a perfect start. Tofting with the corner, Helveg with the header against the post, and turned in by Rommedahl. This Danish side are still improving. They may lack some of their charismatic stars of the past, but they're not to be underestimated, and they made it 2 here to virtually set up the passage, and what a moment it was too for Ebbe Sand. He's had his problems with injury, got injured in the game against France, but that's his 15th international goal. The Schalke striker, who played a big part in last year's German Cup success. And Gravesen, Thomas Gravesen from Everton, grabbed his 4th goal for his country on 31 minutes to signal a huge party in Copenhagen. 41,800 got tickets, but there were many more in the city celebrating on big screens. And Gravesen, after 35 minutes, with a wonder strike. Initially, I thought that took a deflection. It didn't. It was pure power from the Everton man. And Gravesen made it 5 goals in his Danish career. And almost certainly, from this moment, the Danes knew they were there. It was a wonderful strike. And there were a few Iceland faithful supporters behind the goal. They didn't enjoy that one. Well, Ebbe Sand really did have a fine match, and he can finish. Here's a header to prove it, and his 16th international goal, making it 5. Jon Dahl Tomasson, who's second in the current goal scorers list, helping the pass to Ebbe Sand, and there was still time for the substitutes. Mikkelsen, who came on for Rommedahl, Jan Mikkelsen, to make it 6-0 for Denmark and secure their 3rd World Cup qualification.